This is 2G1C. Two guys, one crew, no spin, just truth. If it's in the headlines, we break it down, clear and direct, no run around. Talking points, no walking it back, real conversation, straight to the facts. America first, that's what we do. 2G1C bringing truth to you.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at the America First Warehouse and the America First Media and Television Network. This is exciting. Jim is away, so I'm sorry, Jim. Safe travels to you. God bless you. We wish you the best. It's work related, so it's not fun. And we have with us today T-Mac, special guest host today from the Patriots Raw, and also you work right there at the America First Warehouse. You're an integral part of that whole team, and she's been gracious enough to come in super early and join us here on a Tuesday morning to start your day off. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, everyone. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, no, this is absolutely like when you said, yeah, I'll do it, I'm like, yes, let's go.
There's nothing I won't do for the Patriots, especially the ones on our network. I love you like family.
Yeah.
So if you need me, I'm there.
I know you always are. And not that you have anything else to do either. I mean, what's this, one of 3 shows today you got going on the network?
Well, I'm so grateful to be on this one, and I love joining you guys. And then I jump on the America First podcast for a little bit at the end of the, like in the 4th segment, I give an overview of the warehouse, what we just did and what's coming up. And then I have my own show tonight. By the time my show comes on at 7:30, my brain cells.
It's a long day.
Well, you were here 2 weeks ago, which was amazing. And it's
great.
Very chaotic, as you see. It's like this place is always just crazy. We're just on a evolving flow all the time, and somehow I get it together by the time I sit on stage at 7:30. But there's a lot of moving parts, so.
There is. It's organized chaos.
It is.
What I noticed.
Well, I organize the chaos.
You organize the chaos. Joe helps create the chaos. You help organize it.
That is very true.
Everybody behind the scenes just does their part. And
I
it just
call
makes
him
it
the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. It just makes it such a good
whirls through
workflow. Yep. So, anyways, it's an honor that we're on this. We're so proud that you guys accepted us.
Oh,
you guys are all family. There's nothing we wouldn't do for you or anybody there at that network.
Thank you.
We said it before, you guys treated us like you've known us our whole life. And I think that's because we always have this common bond of patriotism,
Absolutely.
of faith, of everything that is just America First. So it's just works out super well for us. And it still is an honor. I still can't believe I'm on it. And I wish I was there in studio all the time.
I wish too.
I would be there every single day. You guys would hate me probably,
No.
but I'd be there every single day.
You know what, Dale? I walked
for
into
sure.
this place, and I even remember the date because I looked it up a couple of years ago just to see when the first time I was here, October 22nd, 2020. I was hooked, mesmerized. I couldn't, and being on the lockdowns back then, finding this place that you didn't have to wear a mask and you could just be with normal, like-minded people who knew that what was happening to us during the pandemic. I literally was like, in a good way, obsessed. It was like filling my soul to be here, and I want to share that with everybody that's here. I want everyone to experience what I felt, and we hear it all the time. And it's a truly magical place. So, anyone out there watching, if you're a Patriot, this is a definite home for you. We want everyone to feel at home here. You and Jim are part of the family in our network, so it's really incredible. And I work hard. We want to keep it going. That's the ultimate goal.
It did. It changes your life when you walk in there. I don't know the explanation for it, but there is a higher power, and there is a reason being around people like you, and it's infectious, And
God's building an army, and this is a good central hub for it.
Sure is. And I encourage anybody who can get there, just to see it, just to experience it, just to learn the stories and the background behind it all, and to meet everybody that's there. Absolutely spectacular, and again, an honor for us. And thank you again for being here this morning. I
My
want to,
honor.
if you don't mind, I want to start off because this is personal to you and the America First warehouse and all that. But Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor, sure has had us scared. The man's got 9 lives. I mean, he's
He
unstoppable, if you
really
ask me.
does.
Yeah.
So
A priest came in, gave him his last rites. It's pneumonia, we found out. And then all of a sudden, he's off the ventilator. He's speaking. I don't know the latest update as of this minute,
Oh, I
but
could give
as
you a
of
good update actually.
please, that's why
Um,
that's what I wanted to
yeah, I
know.
got chills when you said that he was
Good.
read his last rites. It almost makes me
Mhm.
want to cry every time I hear. And
Oh,
I
sure.
did tear up on Sunday. Ernie and I prayed, very deeply for him. Rudy Giuliani was my political hero. Is really what launched me into getting very involved in politics. I
Hmm.
was 20 years old, living in New York when 9/11 happened. I was living in my first apartment with my ex-husband, and I was glued to the TV, and I kept seeing this man that was just like a warrior. He just was fighting for New York, and oh my God, I'm getting such chills right now.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just fell in love with Rudy Giuliani, and it's wild to me. And I'll get to this quick, but a couple of years ago, we were invited to a fundraiser for Curtis Lewa when he was going to run the first time, and I
Hmm.
kept hearing Rudy Giuliani might come, and that was the main reason why I wanted to go. I couldn't wait to meet
Sure.
him. Unfortunately, he didn't come. I was a little disappointed. He couldn't make it. Never in my wildest dreams would I imagine that it would come full circle. And now he like knows who I am, and he's my
Hmm.
ultimate hero that got me into this. Um, Rob Cornicelli, who I worked for, and Bill worked for, and Dan was running for Congress. He met Rudy. He brought Rudy to the warehouse. The rest is history. Rudy and Joe
Hmm.
became great friends. I mean, Joe and John were out to lunch with him 2 weeks ago while he was in town for a little bit. And, he's had some medical issues. He has lung
Yes.
issues since 9/11, unfortunately.
Correct.
He was
Correct.
in a horrible car accident last September, broke a vertebrae, and I knew he had just traveled to London and he was just
Hmm.
up in New York. I mean, he was in New York like a week and a half ago receiving an award. And I actually remember looking at a picture online and saying, wow, he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Because he's going to
Yeah.
be 82 years old in a couple
Correct.
this month.
Yep.
And so we got the news. My phone started blowing up on Sunday because everyone who knows me knows how much I love him and how
Yeah.
connected we are to him at the warehouse, and that we're about to have a huge birthday celebration for him on the 30th, which I'm
Correct.
still deeply praying you and Jim and your wives can be at.
Oh, I am too. I'm
Um,
trying.
and so I was really worried, and so we immediately started making our calls. The news has it blasting all over, but to answer your
Yes.
immediate question, he is. I'm tearing up. He's off the ventilator, breathing on his own. His son Andrew told us that he is already cracking jokes with the
Wow.
staff and his family. Very faithful man, and everybody was praying deeply for him. And I just don't think God is done with him yet.
Mm-mm.
And I
I
think
agree.
he deserves to see all the justice that he was fighting for while Trump, when everything he went through. I mean, they
Yes.
put this man, and this is what I say about like New Yorkers with grit. I think of
Hmm.
him, Tom Homan, Donald Trump, Dan Bongino, all these. There's a special grit that comes out of New York. It doesn't mean anything against anybody else in
No, I
other
agree.
states.
I agree.
It's
It's a
it's a
different
it's a
breed.
it's
Hmm.
a defense mechanism here. You have to have that kind of grit living in New
Hmm.
York. And Sicilian, which I can relate. You're feisty. It's just part of our, makeup, and that's how
Correct.
Rudy is. And I really on Sunday, and I know this might sound selfish and self-serving, but when I was praying very deeply for him on Sunday, I just had this burning feeling that he's gonna make it, and he's gonna
Hmm.
be at his birthday party. I'm declaring it today. He's gonna be at his birthday party
Wow.
on May 30th. So
Incredible.
I'm thrilled to hear this
Yeah.
miraculous recovery. I really think we're gonna see him, and we love you, Rudy. Wherever
Hmm.
in Florida and everyone watching, we love him, and
Yeah.
we can't wait to celebrate him. I'm just going to be positive on that.
Yep,
So
I agree. I agree at this point. And I put nothing past it because of everything he has been through. He never wavered, he never caved, and
mm-mm.
they just ran him through the ringer. And you know what? And he was gracious the whole time through it.
The whole
He
time,
knows the whole time through it. Whereas I would have been going off the wall, off the charts. I don't react that way like he
I'm
did. I
not that
give
great
people credit.
either.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not that
I
great.
don't know if I'm that
And,
graceful, but in situations like that, I mean, they like wanted his underwear,
yeah,
literally. Like they were going to strip him for everything that he had. And
crazy.
to an an elderly man. I mean, he's
Yes.
he's a senior. This is the thing. Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, all these men that are in the last stage of their life. I hate to
Correct.
say it that way, but they
true.
could be living. They did their jobs. They worked their whole life. They should be
Yes.
reaping the benefits of everything that they've done.
Correct.
And it was breaking my heart. He just had become a grandfather, and just a tremendous work that he's done for our nation, and then to be treated
Yeah.
like that, it just we were gonna fight for him, until
No
the
matter-
end, no matter what.
No matter what, and no matter how, right?
Right.
Because that's the guy you do fight for.
Absolutely.
That's always the problem that I have is that there's a reason they went after him. There's a reason they go after Donald Trump. There's reasons because they speak the truth. They
That's right.
know honestly what's going on, and they're not afraid to tell you about it. And that the left can't handle that. The left can't have it. For
That's
one.
right.
Because if the truth gets out there, if it really does, and it starts resonating, and I don't know that there's any hope that it resonates with the far left anymore. I really don't know that. But if it does get out there, then all of a sudden we become more united. When we become more
Amen.
united, they can't stop us.
Look
Nobody,
at how
no
he
nation,
united
no
people.
person.
He was uniting all of America in 9/11.
Correct.
They don't, and
Correct.
and one of the articles recently said, he knows where all the bodies are buried, like him, Flynn. They know where all the bodies are buried.
Yes, they do.
So and he's a RICO genius.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary, and he's got a lot of
It
great,
is.
powerful people behind him too. So absolutely,
Correct.
they're going to go after these guys 100%.
Well, God bless him. God is great. And
Amen.
when I saw that news last night that he's off, because my wife's like, she's on the ventilator, and I'm like, and so I start looking. I'm like, no, wait. I'm like, wait.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, he's not done.
He's
He
not
is
done.
Not done. This man is not done. Not with the nation. Not with us. Not with everything he needs to present.
Amen.
So that's great news. Thank you so much for the update.
Thank you.
And for all that the America First Warehouse has done with Rudy, for Rudy, and vice versa. What Rudy's done for all of you, it really makes a difference.
That's right.
After this break, I do want to get into some of this Tucker Carlson crap because this is driving me nuts.
it's heavy.
So stay tuned for that. We will be right back.
Most people think they have.
Thank you, Bill.
We don't see the commercial, but that's just making sure I'm not live, so I don't,
Oh, I've hot mic'd before.
There I go. Oh, I know.
Patriotic
Anytime there's a
venue
mic in front of you,
in all
there's
the
an
land.
option that could happen.
Oh yeah, I always pop the mic sometimes. I'm afraid.
That's a quick one.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Get ready to move and celebrate freedom like never before. The America First Warehouse proudly presents Freedom in Motion, America 250. Join Lisa for an electrifying dance fitness fundraiser designed to get your heart pumping and your spirit soaring. This dynamic 6-week session is perfect for all fitness levels, whether you're just starting out or ready to level up your routine. Feel the energy of an epic patriotic playlist. Boost your fitness, learn exciting new moves, and relieve stress while having an absolute blast. All for just $100 per person, and it all supports a great cause. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Come dance, get fit, and celebrate America 250 in motion.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Welcome back, everybody. Again, if you're just joining us, T-Mac joining us
Good
here,
morning.
guest hosting while Jim's away. Again, thank you. Such an honor, and love working with you and together and with the whole group.
Yes,
so
and there's so
this
much
is
more to
awesome.
come.
Thank you so much. Yeah, much more to come. I said here before the break that I wanted to get into this Tucker Carlson stuff, and I got a couple clips that I want to play that I before we get into that, though, I really want your kind of opinion, if you don't mind me asking it, and whether good or bad. But there seems to be, and not seems to be, there is this turn with people who, we thought were kind of on our side, right? The supporters of Trump, not always necessarily conservative. I never thought of Tucker Carlson as a true conservative. He's libertarian, and I knew that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's gone absolutely what I'd consider batshit crazy at this point.
Absolutely.
Honestly. He's spewing out stuff, and at first I thought, well, who's paying him? Really,
Well,
where's the money coming from? Because you always follow the money, and it leads to that kind of thing. But now I'm not even sure if he's just not plumb nuts, at this point.
I have so many mixed feelings about Tucker. Of course, for the longest time, especially as the deeper I got into my fight over the last 6 years, I really began to love Tucker. I loved his boldness. I really had a tremendous respect for him. I started to. I have so many questions that just seem unanswered about him. All his connections with Iran and the and all these things that are coming out. And it's hard to know. There's so many distractions. So I wonder sometimes if there's a bigger meaning here, or if they're just trying to distract us. I'll be honest with you. I am one of those people who, I proudly admit that I am a far right-wing extremist. I am. I wear the title proudly, and it's just because I love God and my country that much, and because they pushed so hard, we had to, counter that.
We had to go further our way.
100%. When Tucker went after Trump on Easter the way he did, that was the nail in the coffin for me.
Yeah,
just calling him out.
There's no coming back from that.
I was
right?
like, who are you? First of all, you're no better than at that point. I don't care that Trump cursed on Easter. I'm sorry. I'm a Christian, but this man's trying to lead the free world. And I just don't think God is striking him somewhere because he cursed on Easter. And the way Tucker was so disgusted about it, and the way he came off about him, I said, I'm done. I'm done with Tucker. Now that just showed me, people are folding on our president, and I don't understand where the loyalty went. I mean, Tucker and I'm so confused about the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing. I'm not even sure some of that's real. I don't get it. Now they're saying Trump is bought and sold. I don't believe that either. So
Agreed.
It's a very layered topic for me. I'm not saying I think they're horrible people and I wish bad on them, but I don't quite understand the turn yet. Why it's so prevalent.
I don't either.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene to me has a vendetta, and she's going to say what she wants.
She's butthurt.
She's butthurt. She's completely butthurt.
I get it.
And so now she's gone that direction. And for me, there's no coming back from that either. Tucker, especially now, for me, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me what he says or does from this point forward. There's just no coming back because you've shown your true colors to me at this point.
And I'm not, and I do want to say though, I have a lot of questions, and I'm not very happy with Israel either.
I agree.
Correct. There's some stuff he's saying that I give there's credence in that. I mean, I kind of agree, and I feel like good for him for being ballsy enough to call it out for some of that stuff, because I've experienced myself that if the minute you question Israel, you're deemed an anti-Semite, and that's not fair, because I questioned a lot with the American government over Biden's term. I was ready to die for this country, but fought against our own government for 4 years. To me, it's the same thing. And so I do, I saw the thing recently with him and, who is the Huckabee, and the whole thing with that.
Yes, that one.
And then, him claiming that he was held hostage in Israel when he
Yes,
was
at the
there,
airport
and then that
and
was
all
all
that,
debunked, and he was in a VIP section. So I'm like, what is really happening
what
here?
what is happening, and why does he feel like he can just say anything without any well, I don't care that he probably doesn't care he's getting any ramifications. He's taking whatever side he feels like at this point. You could be against the going to Iran and doing what we did. That's fine. You can have that discussion and that debate. I see both points. There's a cost for that. We did lose American lives. I get all that, but then there's a bigger goal as well that we had to take care of, and he's
100%.
doing this at this point. He's winning this argument, so it's fine to question. Hell, you and I question a lot of stuff.
A lot.
So,
Almost everything.
A lot of stuff. And maybe some stuff that people would be like, boy, they're wacky, but we question it because
Absolutely.
that's our right. That's our free will that God gave us. We can question these things, right? It's this kind of thing. And I'm going to play a couple clips here real quick.
All right.
If you can, Bill, clip 7. So this is him interviewing on a podcast with a New York Times reporter. So somebody who's not right wing at all.
That's right.
Right. But him here talking about him calling, Trump the Antichrist and all that, and him just blatantly lying. So clip 7, if you don't mind playing that real quick.
What I was saying, which is you cannot mock other people's gods and put yourself in their place. Period. That is a deal killer for me. That's worse than the war with Iran, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I ask because, you've been talking on your show about whether Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show, the day after Easter, you noted he did not put his hand on the Bible during his swearing-in ceremony as president. You said, and I'm quoting, maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And then on a recent show, you went further saying, here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist?
I actually did not say, could this be the Antichrist? Here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist? Well, who knows? I don't know where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips because I'm not sure I fully understand what the Antichrist is. If there's just one, I actually tried to understand it. I may have said some are asking that. I'm not weighing in on that because I don't understand it. Just to be totally
No, in
clear.
Revelations, obviously, the
Well,
Wow.
So the follow-up question should have been, no, you said it.
So
it's on tape.
You absolutely. And listen, my conspiracy brain goes on to think many things. Like, is one of them the real Tucker and one not?
I know.
I unfortunately I have to think that way. I will say I blatantly disagree with him. Listen, I'm gonna mock any religion that your leader marries a 6-year-old and consummates it at 9 years old. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't
It's
care.
not a religion.
It's not a religion. You're a pedophile, and it's
a cult.
It's a
at that
cult.
point.
So I don't agree with Tucker on that. Yes, I don't think we should outwardly mock every other religion, but I don't consider that a religion. I don't think most of the world does, and they shouldn't. And that, Tucker's smarter than that. I don't understand.
That's my point. That you're making the exact point is that Tucker could literally have said, yeah, I might have said that. Even if you said it, you could say, well, I might have said that. Well, here, let me explain what I was really
100%.
trying to get to. So, I mean, they talk themselves, out of trouble all the time. So you can literally have said anything except that never came out of my mouth.
It didn't even look like his demeanor when he was like,
no,
I didn't say that.
No.
That's not even how he speaks. It's so weird.
It is weird. It's just absolutely weird. And then I hear Megyn Kelly, for instance, defending that interview, saying he did a great job. He didn't fall into any gotcha questions. I don't know what's going on that end either. Honestly, I really don't know. But something with these people is making them
absolutely. Isn't like the Hodge twins also? There's like a group of them now that are like turning and they're kind of banding together. It's like the old guard is coming out and the new guard is coming in.
Correct.
It's very strange. I'm interested to see how this all unfolds. There's definitely a deeper reason.
Yeah, I am too. I'm very interested in too. I have one more clip, and I think we have enough time. It would be clip 9. Tucker Carlson, listen to this one. We can talk about it when we come back here.
JD has been subject to, this is well known, but I'll just confirm it, nonstop treachery from people on the neoconservative side.
Who are these people?
Around Marco Rubio. And they have been totally against J.D. Vance from the very beginning.
Who do you mean specifically?
I don't know is the real answer. I don't know.
You're accusing people of treachery, so I'm wondering.
Well, I know there's been a lot of treachery for sure, and I know they were so mad about JD getting that job. I mean,
who's they? Within the White House?
I don't know the answer to that. I've never worked there, so like if you don't work there, you can say you can say what you think you know, but it's hard to really know.
This is me looking skeptical.
Yeah, well, no, but it's me being honest. Like I don't really know.
Wow.
I kind of like her, actually.
I kind of like her too, and I'll tell you, I don't remember who was talking about it, but they were talking about. I can't remember who it was online, but somebody I fully respect, and they were like, she works for the New York Times. I get it, but she handles herself pretty well.
Very well. I'm impressed.
On it, and so she did on that level. You're going to make claims that all this chaos and people were upset about and JD Vance. I know there were some people at first were like, hey, listen, I don't think that's the guy and all that. I kind of followed him a little more because one, he's an Ohio State guy, and two, he's was in Ohio, and that's where I'm originally from, and my family's up there, so I followed him more. But he just literally just made something up. And when's this going to stop?
It doesn't even look like it doesn't that those reactions and his demeanor doesn't even seem like Tucker. It's very bizarre to me. And JD Vance, I was not fully on the bandwagon at first. I will tell you, his movie changed it for me, because if you are a true American, that most Americans went through a lot of what his story was about, broke my heart. Some of it in my own family, myself, that I could resonate with. I said, that's the kind of man you went fighting, who made his way up from nothing, put himself through law school to become vice president of the United States. I just love the story, so I got behind him, because that's the American dream.
Agreed. I think most people did that too as well, and it really showed the human side of them. We're coming up on halfway past the show already. It's going so fast. After the break, we've got stuff to talk about. We got Graham Plattner. I need to go into him and how the left just loves Nazis now. We'll be right back.
Celebrate freedom like never before. The America First Warehouse proudly presents Freedom in Motion, America 250. Join Lisa for an electrifying dance fitness fundraiser designed to get your heart pumping and your spirit soaring. This dynamic 6-week session is perfect for all fitness levels, whether you're just starting out or ready to level up your routine. Feel the energy of an epic patriotic playlist. Boost your fitness, learn exciting new moves, and relieve stress while having an absolute blast. All for just $100 per person, and it all supports a great cause. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Come dance, get fit, and celebrate America 250 in motion.
Politics feeling broken? What if you could match with politicians the way you match on a dating app, but based on real values? Meet OpScore from Go USA, the first ever values-based political matchmaker. Think Match.com for elections that aligns voters with politicians. We score politicians on a nonpartisan scale based on your priorities. Track your politician scores and take our OpScore Challenge survey to match with leaders who align with you at opscore.org. Stop voting blind. Start matching smart. Politicians work for you.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
If the vote count is accurate, then how come the number of voters is different? And if it's not accurate, then why was it certified? We are suing Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for a conspiracy against fundamental rights. This is not about who won. It's not about what party. It's about the fact that they don't care about your rights.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome, everybody, to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us again and starting your Tuesday morning off, because you should with us, right?
That's right.
I mean, that's just
we're the coolest
most
people
patriotic. What is it? The most patriotic
venue in all the land.
In all the land.
And now I have a real mouthful. Now I try to say, even in when I write an email or letters, America First Media and Television at the America First Warehouse Studio and Venue, because
I'll never remember that. I'm going to have to write that down.
Yeah, I'm trying to say that to incorporate both, because we're now, just so the audience knows, not only are we this amazing venue, but we are obviously a full-on production studio now too, and we're trying to build that. So I'm trying to marry the two and make sure people know who we are. So
I was super impressed with the whole production studio and the behind the scenes and the quality. I mean, you guys aren't skimping on anything there.
I have to tell you that it's a small team with a lot of heart and grit, all done without any experts. I mean, people on our team, I can't name some names, that some people like to be unidentified, but there are people on our team that everybody comes with such an amazing skill set. I couldn't work here without each member of our team, because everyone just brings what they bring. So it is incredible. It wasn't done. It was done with heart, not even like because we're professional experts in wiring or technology. It's just been an amazing. And I think, God wants us to do what we're doing. So somehow He gives us the tools and the wherewithal to get it done. So we do it.
He will, and he'll provide the people and the resources.
Sure will.
It will happen that way.
Sure will.
Out of the blue.
Look at all the great people that came into our lives now. Like you called me by accident.
Yeah,
but was it an accident though? There's no such thing as coincidences.
Was it an accident? I don't know. What was there something that led? I agree. I think there was, absolutely, because it happened so quick and all that, and it's just been so perfect. I say this all the time, and I gloat about it, and my family's probably tired. Like, yeah, we get it. You love them. They're great.
I told you at first, Ernie was like, "Who are these guys that you like love so much?" Now he loves you more than like the same. The day you guys were like leading up, he's like, "They're coming, right?" I'm like, "Yes, babe. They'll be here I'm coming to work with you early on Tuesday." I said, "Well, okay, they won't be here until 3:00, but they will be here. I promise."
Yeah, I wish we could have been there all day.
And we could go.
And the next
one
day,
time. No, someday you guys will come back and we'll do more, and we'll go out and explore New York a little bit and do some fun stuff. But
hey, listen, I finally got good pizza. That's what I literally.
That's awesome.
You provided me with that, and I was like, I need some good New York pizza.
I try to give the out-of-towners that experience when they're here, just so they can,
Pizza's my favorite food by all means.
Oh, there's so many good places on this island and in the Queens. One day, you and your wife and you guys,
they don't know what they're doing.
Florida's rough. I've spent a lot of summers in Florida.
They put fish on their pizza. How stupid!
It's wild. There's a lot of New York is good. There's certain things in New York you just can't get anywhere else.
You can't get anywhere else. You got that right. So, anyways, we'll get on to I want to talk a little bit about this whole love affair with a true Nazi at this point, or a Nazi sympathizer and supporter, which is Graham Plattner, who is the Democrat running for Senate. Is it the Senate in Maine?
It's in Maine. Is it? Yeah, I think it's Senate. I don't think it's Congress. I think it's Senate.
I don't think it's House. I think it's Senate. I think he's the lone Democrat at this point because,
which is amazing for Maine, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing. But to me, how they justify this, and even some of the liberal, what I'd say, news networks are questioning the Democrats on their support for Graham Plattner. Like, you're kidding me, right? Not only Nazi, but I mean, he said, that women who have been sexually assaulted have to take some responsibility for that. I mean, he has been literally up and down the board on everything the left says we are.
Of course.
At this point. So rapist, sexist, homophobe, you name it, doesn't matter. Nazis, everything that we've been called, this guy's it. it's incredible. So I don't know about your thoughts. I'm going to play a clip of this. It would be clip 3, Bill, if you don't mind. Listen to this. The Democrats just love this guy now all of a sudden. It's crazy.
Okay, a major shakeup in the Maine Senate race. One day before today's far-left May Day rallies, progressive candidate Graham Plattner just became really almost guaranteed a win in the Democratic Senate primary there. His only rival was Governor Janet Mills, and she just dropped out of the race yesterday. She was citing a lack of money. Plattner will face incumbent Republican Senator Susan Collins this November. And Democrats are now rushing to support him despite a whole bunch of baggage he's bringing to this race. Look at this. Last year, Plattner had to apologize after it was revealed that he had a Nazi symbol tattooed on his chest. He claimed he didn't know what it was, and then he got it covered up. He's also made controversial posts about women. He said they should take, quote, some responsibility to avoid being raped. He praised a Hamas attack that saw Israeli soldiers get killed. He's also signed on to the All Cops Are Bastards movement, suggesting that people should fight fascism with, quote, a good semi-automatic rifle. Those are his words. And he also called rural Americans, quote, racist and stupid. So critics are calling him out for portraying himself as a working-class oyster farmer, but growing up, he went to an elite prep school with $75,000 a year tuition. The school boasts some famous alumni in the fields of government, media, and business. And Democrats are just brushing this all off. All the bad stuff, not a problem anymore.
The dude has not had a Nazi tattoo. He went through a really rough period, PTSD type period. And he has himself said there are lots of things he's done and said that he completely regrets. And I do believe people should have second chances and that people can learn from their mistakes. And I think he's been doing that.
He has apologized. I want us to be the party that actually delivers on lowering costs and that expands opportunities. And that's what Graham Plattner wants to do. And I'm there to stand with him and to help in that.
He went into a dark period. The guy that I saw up on the stage in Portland, Maine, rather a brilliant guy. I mean, really a strong fighter for the working class, very articulate, very smart.
I'm sorry.
The irony.
It's like, to me, I don't watch mainstream TV anymore. That's like an SNL skit to me, watching that.
Yeah, I know.
I can't even take it seriously. It's actually, all I hear is circus music playing as I watch that. You know, you got Bernie and Pocahontas there trying to weigh in on defending their, fellow politician. One of the good things I'll say is it's usually hard to beat the incumbent.
It is, and nobody will beat her, and I'm not a big fan of her either. So
right, but at least the lesser of two evils. Listen, they're gonna double down on everything right now because they know their days are numbered, and they're just gonna come out and try to make it the clown show and try to support this guy. And he's a demon. Like anybody who feels that way. I mean, does he have kids? Would he feel that way if that was his own daughter? Because I'm telling you right now, I can't. I'm not even gonna say that on air, but I just It's hard to imagine this is our United States government.
Correct.
That somebody of that caliber could even be running for office, to be honest.
I agree that and it, of course, anybody can run for office based on citizenship and all that, or maybe not even anymore, whatever, forget, that. But it's the fact that you champion and you stand behind it. Bernie Sanders, who I would think would be very against somebody who believes in Nazis and is a supporter of that. I would think Bernie, who's been screwed over by the Democrat, his own party in general. This guy, I mean, they just have no morals. And this is, I guess, where my point and I'm trying to get to on all of this is that's the kind of guy they run. They run Mamdani, he wins. There's Muslims running all over this country. Got Ilhan Omar in Congress. This is what they're trying to do, and it makes me wonder how much longer can we take this before there's an uprising, a true uprising where we can't allow these people to be in our government legislating over the laws and the economics that we live in every day. What does that look like? How long does it happen? And how does a guy like this even get? They're that bad that they want to support this guy and they're willing to throw all their money at him.
Well, that's the thing. It comes down to money. So they all have a lot of money to protect, and they're all bought and controlled by the establishment. So it's not like Bernie wants to go out and defend him or Pocahontas. No. They all got a script. They're all being puppeteered to do what they're told.
Correct.
So it's like, all right, this guy's crazy. He's running for office. All right, Bernie, get out there and do this. And they're just protected. I mean, Bernie's worth so much money, and just like this guy who's running in Maine, he's obviously born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Correct.
He probably can, and these people can go out there and do and say whatever they want, because when you have money, you're protected.
Yep.
So, if I went out there and tried to do this grassroots, they'd eat me alive and chew me up and spit me out. But that's different for these guys, and that's why they're all plants. They're planted there.
Yeah.
By the deep
wouldn't
state.
you think at some point though that you have to look and think whether they're planted there or not planted? I mean, they could actually run a guy that doesn't have Nazi tattoos, that didn't say any of all that stuff, and maybe have a chance of beating Susan Collins in Maine. And that guy could be a total plant and believe everything that Graham Plattner is saying and his thought process and everything that he believes in without saying it out front. Like at some point you got to be
that's how they're supposed to. When you're MK Ultra or you're part of the deep state or you're following Satan, you are supposed to tell the people exactly what you're doing. And they do. They tell us every day. We've just been so dummied down, desensitized, controlled, programmed, TV programming, that it took me, like 40 years before I realized that was happening, and I don't see things that way anymore. And I think the rest of the world is waking up to that. But I really think that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's, they're telling us straight out how demonic they are.
Correct.
And they're supposed to.
And that's the point. It's like yet the left still doesn't buy it. They're not believing it. It's fake news. You take a look at everything that happens, everything that's on video, and it's like we don't believe it. It's not happening. It's not true. I don't know how you get through to these people.
Well, eventually we're going to have I think our DOJ is going to be overhauled, and once that happens, I think it's game over for all of them.
You think Blanche is going to be replaced with somebody else, or you think he's going to?
Probably. I'm
okay.
Yeah, we can come back to that.
I got a little from Blanche after the break and all that, and we can talk about them and Ileana Omar, and then a couple questions I got for T. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
Thank you.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single Justice for All with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. Well, get ready for round 2. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the American.
Yeah. So she can do it. I never. She's like, come on in and get it done. I'm like,
I did it for my migraines once. It did nothing for my headaches, but it was being covered by the insurance company, so I kept going back for more.
Botox for migraines.
But
it didn't do anything.
I looked surprised all the time, so I don't know if it was good or bad, but I was doing it for quite a few years, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back again, everybody. It's our last segment. It goes by so fast. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
I love it. I love doing this with you, Jim. I do miss you, but
I know. I feel like poor Jim. One day we'll have to have Jim and Angie go on together. It'll be a good match.
That would be awesome. I didn't know I was going to change even the title of the show.
Two guys, one cool, and a girl today.
And a girl. One guy, one girl, one coup. Sounds good.
That's right. I'll be one of the guys for today.
Do you mind if I want people? I have a couple things I do want to play, but I don't necessarily need to. But I really want people to get to know who you are. If you don't mind, that are listening to the show. Nothing personal.
Well,
I'm not going into like deep personal stuff like that. But I mean, just who you are as a person. You've talked about your patriotism. You've talked about all that. But generally, I know nothing really more than that. I literally need to know, and this is who I am.
Oh, more about me.
Like your music choice. Like, what do you listen to? Are you a country music fan?
I'm not real. Most patriots are surprised when I say that. I don't despise country. I like country, and it's growing on me a bit, especially the real because a lot of them are the good old boys who are real American patriots, and faithful, which matters to me.
Yeah.
I grew up. My dad owned a bar when I was little. I don't recommend that for many families. It's not a great life for young kids. But I went to work with my dad every day from the time I was born until I was about 5, going to kindergarten. So I had full access to our jukebox at the bar. And I am a diehard, believe it or not, Billy Joel fan, which surprises people since he is a Democrat and as Ernie would say, an atheist. But I grew up listening to Billy Joel, Elton John, the Beatles. But I really love all music. My playlist is very bipolar. If you went on my playlist, it could go from a Christian worship song to a Billy Joel song to a reggae song to a rap song. I love Biggie. People are surprised by that too. I can rap with the best of them. I rapped on our stage when we did the last karaoke. A couple of people that knew me were like, "Whoa, she's rapping."
Like, I didn't even know that.
To Shoop on stage here.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
I love music. I was very sick as a child, and I've had 31 surgeries. And through my
Lord.
Yeah, it's been challenging. Music was something that really got me through all the good times and the bad. So I'm big on music. Billy Joel's my favorite. But there was a post about Pink the other day, and she was one of my favorite female artists, who I will not listen to anymore. And I wrote back in the comments that my new favorite female artist is Natasha Owens.
Yep.
So
good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, she's literally like, if you're there, they all do that. And I guess that's an issue I have, is that I don't have to support you at all. And I know maybe my non-support won't really affect you financially at this point, Pink or whoever, it is, which is fine. But it's the whole, just why do people have to do that? I mean, there's a place and a time, and it's like, why alienate half of the country, or more than half? Honestly, more than half voted for President Trump. I believe even greater than that is conservative over liberal, obviously. It's like, why alienate that?
They're bought and sold too. They're from Hollywood, and once you get in that high up and that deep in, you are owned and you are controlled and you are told what to do, and they will make life hell for you if you don't step in line. And I even someone as bold as Pink, I was shocked. I really wanted to believe that Pink would have been like one of those. She brought me through a dark time when her songs about fighting and strength and
strong
and being
talented.
Bold and telling everybody to F off. That I like resonated with that. Right. I would want to think she'd be an amazing freedom fighter if she was on our side.
Correct.
But last year she at one of her concerts, she gave one of the books that were being banned about these books in schools are really disgusting. They're not curating good books. And she was, as a way to kind of stick it to us, she was giving everybody who was coming to a concert one of these books that were being banned. Like what?
Like that's extreme.
It's extreme. These books
extreme.
are like teaching young men how to perform oral sex on each other. They're talking about mutilating themselves or hiding that you're gay from your parents. Or I'm like, these are you're a mother. It really makes me. It comes down to moral compass for me, and that's where somebody wrote a post on Facebook the other day, like, do you feel it's right to not talk to somebody anymore over their political views? And my old answer would have been very different. My new answer is 100% yes. There's people in my own family I don't talk to anymore, friends, neighbors, and I'm okay with that because we absolutely do not share the same moral compass.
Yes.
It's really not about the politics anymore. If you want to call yourself a Democrat or a liberal and you think it's okay to kill a baby, mutilate a child, open up a border, we don't belong sitting at the same table anymore. I'll pray for you, which I know we've talked about before.
Yep, we've talked about.
It's not easy for me. It was something I had to learn to do, to pray for the first day I prayed for, and I'm snarky about it. I always say, may God's will be done, whatever that looks like for them. But I do, it's down to the moral compass for me.
It is. Okay. So you're right. Because my same thing within my family, immediate family, not here, my close circle at home. We're all
thank God.
Freaking America
Praise
first,
God.
MAGA. Thank God. Yeah, I couldn't live with one of them if they.
I couldn't either. I espouse when someone's like, my husband's a liberal, my wife's liberal. I'm like, divorced immediately.
I don't know how they do that.
Again, it comes down to the moral compass. How do you stay married and run a household and a family if you can't even have the same morals? I
agree. There's nothing you can do as a married couple at that point that you're going to agree on, or that's going to be the right call. As a family, as the nuclear family is concerned, and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't matter. Boyfriend.
And thank God my ex-husband is on the same page for our kids, because I like, especially with what I do. So many times he could have been like Teresa, you're putting yourself out there. We have he's like supportive. I'm so honored that my ex-husband's supportive of what I do and that we raise our children the same.
Yeah, that is awesome.
At one point, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I said to him about running for Congress, and I said to him, I don't know, I don't want to be in D.C. that much. Our kids are still young. And he said, Teresa, if you have to run for Congress, he's like, I'll even campaign for you. I was like, what's going on here? So, and he said, I'll make sure the kids are good. So, at least even coming from broken homes, that's important to me too, because
that is
really quick. I'll say to you, when the vaccine things were coming down and they were demanding them, there were husbands and wives, ex-husbands and wives, taking each other to court. Like, if one wanted the kid vaccinated and one didn't, and of course the ones that wanted vaccinated were winning. And I went to my ex-husband. I was like, listen, I just need to make sure we're on the same page. Like, under no, I said, I actually told him outside of my old house, if you take our kids to get vaccinated, I will kill you. And he laughed at me like, yeah, she's crazy. But like, I wanted him to understand.
Yeah,
we're not. And then when it came down to homeschooling our kids, it was a family decision. He thank God. So anyway, get back to the moral compass in your
that's
family.
Great. That's the stuff that matters in there. And speaking of like people in my family, yes, I have political differences with family members, and at that point, I was fine. That we had this political difference. There's two sides. I get it. There's two parties. Sometimes your guy wins, I'm not happy. Sometimes my guy wins, we're not happy. But as a family, we get together and we do that. That has all turned, and that has turned since President Trump, and not Trump's fault, but because of Trump, we've learned so much about the actual deep state, the narratives, and the fake news and everything that's going on, that they still have gone, and they've done it. They've gone further left at this point. So they've taken that step that the Graham Plattner supporters are taking, where they fully believe in mutilating children and they fully believe in full-term abortions. And that's,
it's so demonic.
It's
demonic. Like, how can you can't.
And that's how I feel about the left now in general. I don't know a reasonable Democrat anymore.
I don't either.
So,
and there is a portion of them, though. I think they socially, like on social media or like socially, they want to come off like they're liberal, right? But then I do believe and I've tested this theory myself. Like, like I've done this at rallies when the opposition comes. I used to be psycho back like 5 years ago, screaming back. I was so angry. I couldn't. I was so angry during the lockdowns. I'm actually embarrassed about how I portrayed myself in the anger.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, is anybody else seeing this? Like, where is everybody? Like, what? And I was just so mad that I'm like, because I kept thinking, this is what they're going to do to our children. They're masking our kids. They're just mutilating. I couldn't take it. Now I've, got deeper in my faith, and I try to really think about how I portray myself. And I host rallies all over Long Island, and the opposition does come. I will go up to them now, and I'm not going to say it's always been pleasant, but I will tell you we've walked away hugging each other or praying together, even disagreeing. But what I've tested the theory of is saying, okay, I understand you think men should, these transgenders want to use the bathroom. Do you really want a penis in the bathroom with your 7-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
And they look at
honestly,
me and they're like, most of them say no. I mean, you have to be a complete deranged lunatic if you could just, if some people feel that way and they double down it. That's whatever. You're
and that's when you walk away.
There's
no common ground ever to be had there.
But it makes me feel better when I look at someone in the face and I said, really, tell me, like, your 7-year-old daughter's in the bathroom at school. You're entrusting your kids to be in this building for 6 hours. And then some boy's going to come in with a penis and act like he's a girl. Are you really okay with that?
Okay with you. Yeah.
And most people can't say yes to that because it's not okay.
Most people can't. Most reasonable people can't. And so those are the ones that, yes, are worth talking to, are worth trying to persuade, are worth trying to convince that the truth is really this way out here. It's the same thing with, do you believe in, abortion at all? To me, it's not a question of health and all that. Don't give me this woman's health thing. It's
not anymore.
It's made up stuff that you're talking about.
That's right.
If you hear the descriptions of abortions and that's something you agree with, then we have no common ground and I can't go any further with you at this point.
Amen.
So there's just certain questions, certain 3 or 4 questions. If you can answer them and we agree, then we can agree on most.
That's right.
We are coming near the end of the show.
What
this
the
has
heck?
gone on. What the heck happened? I didn't even get to half the stuff because I'm sitting there questioning you on your personal life.
That's
but
all right.
I appreciate it. Thank
I'm
you
just
for
a
taking
small
the
town
question.
girl, freedom fighter, trying to make a difference. Really, at the end of the day.
Stay tuned for the rest of the lineup here on what is it? The America. You said it long.
America First Media and Television coming to you live from the America First Warehouse venue and studio.
The most
patriotic venue in all the land.
In all the land. T, thank you so much. This was a pleasure.
Brother.
I hope you could do it again.
Sure thing.
Sometime soon. I really appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the day. We'll all be listening. Thank you all for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.
God bless you guys.
God bless you too. Thank you.
This is 2 guys, 1 coup. 2 guys, 1 coup, straight truth. No spin, just a clear-cut view. Headlines hit, we break them down. No run around, we call it now. Real talk, real facts, no disguise. Straight to the point, no alibis. Thanks for tuning in, we ride with you. America